Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Poll strategist Prashant Kishor is right. The BJP is likely to remain powerful for years, in fact decades to come. But that's not because of Narendra Modi's popularity and charisma or because of Home Minister Amit Shah's organizational skills and ability to win elections. It's because of the opposition. Since 2014, on one hand, if the Bharatiya Janata Party under Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Amit Shah has strengthened its grip over national politics, emerging as a power to reckon with on the national front, the opposition has simultaneously abetted the rise of the BJP by doing nothing and by not being able to pose any challenge nationally. For a party like the BJP, which is so well entrenched now and which has such a popular leader at the helm, only two things can bring it down. One, a strong and equally compelling national party, a strong and equally compelling pan-India party. And two, a united, cohesive opposition with a vision which is saleable, with a vision which is common, and with a vision which is relatable to the public. Neither of these two, unfortunately for the opposition, seems to be on the anvil right now. Look at the BJP's graph. Of course, what catapulted it to the national scene was the Ram Janmabhoomi movement of the early 1990s, where the BJP really sprung into national politics, became a national force to reckon with, and in a way changed the direction of Indian politics. It was in power later that decade under Atal Bihari Vajpayee too, but it's only under Narendra Modi and Amit Shah that the party has reached stupendous success, has reached stupendous heights, has managed to capture various parts of the country which are inorganic to it, which were not traditionally its bases, and has managed to emerge as the only national party to reckon with. This is unlikely to change because, as Prashant Kishor rightly pointed out, a party which has won 30% of the vote is not going away anywhere easily. And for a party like the BJP, which, as I said, is so well entrenched, a lot would need to be done to dislodge it. In fact, the BJP has many advantages. As I said, a popular leader at the helm, good organizational skills, good election winning machinery, a very, very tentacled and disciplined organization structure, and the very useful RSS cadre. So all of this is something that goes a long way in helping the BJP. What has made the BJP reach these heights? That's, something which is of another academic debate, a matter of another academic research. But as someone who's covered elections, many elections on the ground, particularly since 2014, I can say it's a blend of Narendra Modi's personality cult, his popularity, his messaging, his government's welfare schemes, which really were instrumental in bringing the BJP back to power in 2019. And of course, the election strategizing that happens. Also importantly, the fact that BJP has managed to sell its parochial version of Hindutva to normalize, it has been able to normalize that version of Hindutva and make people speak the language that it speaks. These have been important factors in what have helped BJP become a national party. Now, I know there are states in which the BJP has its limitations. We know how in both West Bengal and Delhi, the BJP was humbled by powerful regional leaders like Mamata Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal. But even if it is not powerful, or even if it is not the main party in some states, including many states in South India, it's not been able to establish its presence across the southern region of the country yet. BJP still remains a national force. And just look at the Lok Sabha numbers, 2019 Lok Sabha numbers in West Bengal and Delhi. The two states that the BJP went on to lose subsequently in assembly polls, to know why I mean that even if the party is not the first party in various states, it still is the party of choice even in these states when it comes to national elections. Two things, as I said, are needed to bring BJP down. One is a pan-India party. Now, there is only one pan-India party right now besides the BJP, which is the Congress. But Congress is way too busy fighting its own demons, and to talk any more about what is bringing the Congress down, what holds the Congress back, what ails the Congress, it's really a waste of time because that's something all of us have written and spoken about in detail earlier. The other is to have this united opposition, a cohesive opposition which speaks a common language. But that again seems to be a far-fetched idea because there are way too many contradictions even within the opposition. Just look at what's happening right now. The SP and the BSP are fighting in UP. The BSP is accusing the SP of being hand in glove with the BJP to communalize the elections following Akhilesh Yadav's Jinnah remarks. The Congress and TMC are fighting in West Bengal, they are fighting in Goa. The AAP and TMC are competing among each other to be the new force in Goa, which would, sort of make inroads. The AAP and Congress don't particularly like each other. Then there are regional parties like the TRS, like Jagan Mohan's YSR Congress, like Naveen Patnaik's Biju Janata Dal, which are really always sort of sitting on the fence. They are equidistant from all sides. In fact, they've helped the BJP in the past in parliament, so they're not willing to, take sides. And the left, of course, is decimated, as it were. So overall, the opposition does not get along. Nobody quite likes each other. Nobody quite trusts each other. They're all fighting among themselves. No matter how many times they stand on a stage, hold hands to sort of, portray this show of strength against the BJP. None of that translates actually when it comes to elections. None of it translates on the ground. None of it certainly translates into building a sort of front against the BJP. So effectively, there is nothing right now that the BJP seems to have in terms of a challenger nationally. So if the BJP continues its grip over national politics for the next few decades, it has the opposition to thank. Now, remember, this is not really about the current BJP. Narendra Modi will not always be at the helm of affairs. The 2024 Lok Sabha elections in all probability will be his last as PM. We don't know who his successor would be. We don't know if she or he will be as popular, will be able to steer the BJP in this direction. That's why I say what is helping BJP remaining in power or what will help it remain in power for the next few decades is an opposition which is splintered and is an opposition that is directionless and weak. Well, they say, why do you need enemies when you have friends like these? But for the BJP, the saying should be, why do you need friends when you have enemies like these? For more, you can log on to our website, theprint.in, to read my column Politics. And here's wishing our viewers a very happy Diwali.